Om Shanti. Om Shanti. A beautiful topic, actually. At this moment, this topic to explore deeper and deeper and the depth of it is very necessary, not only for the world, but for the self. The whole world is afraid of war, violence, killing each other, causing trouble, problems, fear, tension, worry, friction. Every aspect of life is insecure. Insecurity. And silence and non-violence is security, protection, fearlessness, freedom, no worry at all, because we can see the visible result of violence. Every moment, any moment, people can lose their possessions, their life, their family. But people do not think, are not aware of the value, real value of non-violence. Yes, in a gross way, people are becoming aware. They are aware of becoming vegetarian, vegan, love animals. They are aware of the violence that is being done on animals. How animals have to face the violence. And yet the intellect is so gross and blocked. It takes so long time to stop this violence. Because they do not realize that non-violence, the power of non-violence, or the foundation of non-violence is love, truth, benevolence, care. Violence means to cause harm to others. Violence means suffering. And everyone is suffering. It is not that people are actually attacking them with an external weapon. Suffering is not coming just from outside. Violence is actually, we are becoming our own enemy. A friend protects you. A relationship protects you, supports you. Benevolence helps you to bring out from suffering, from pain. But we have not yet understood the power of non-violence. Perhaps not understood what violence is and what non-violence is. Using external weapons, people think it's violent. Violence. But in fact, suffering is not the body. Body is not experiencing suffering, pain, prison, fear, tension. It is the soul is suffering. And so important aspect is to be non-violent with your own self. It is mentioned in the Gita, very famous scripture of ancient wisdom given by the Supreme Divine. The soul is its own friend and its own enemy. The enmity or violence, either with it is just slapping someone or becoming violent with this small tongue, 2.5 inches, elastic plastic tongue, locked behind the 32 bricks of means the teeth. And when it comes out with enmity, anger, reaction, hatred, rejection, revenge, this, it comes out from a bow like an arrow and hurts the heart, the feelings. And that we don't consider it violence. Violence means to cause pain or suffering or hurt someone. So, depth of non-violence is first learn to have non-violent, not making these organs as a weapon for anything. What is spoken in the consciousness of falsehood, then we use our real power of love and truth. Love, truth actually make us benevolent being, loving being, caring being, not only for the self, but for others also. Violence can be done from distance, and violence can be done from near. In the same way, sometimes we don't realize that we are using our words, which is not helping others, but hurting others. And result of that is that you are also hurting yourself. We realize how we have lost our power of truth, our power of love, our power of pure consciousness, because our reality of non-violence, of love, is clean, clear, pure consciousness. Clean. When there is a clean inside, heart is clean, I am not collecting the violent words, attitude, drishti that somebody has looked at me with a hatred, disrespect words are spoken of disrespect, or have rejected what my offering of love and respectful was. At that time, we open the door of taking sorrow from others. And it means we are allowing ourselves to be attacked more and more by losing our own truth. It's a depth to understand. Even today, in Baba's Murli, Baba said, your slogan is, don't give sorrow, don't take sorrow. Not even give sorrow to yourself. Someone can question that, no, I love myself. I don't give sorrow to myself. But when I look deeply, as I observe myself in the mirror of introspection, as Baba said today in the slogan, look into the mirror of introspection, inner inspection, that I started feeling more and more sad, insecure, losing my self-respect. On one side, I'm saying, but other person has given me this sorrow because how they treated me, how they rejected me, how they did not accept, they don't have any value for me. But okay, all right, but the way they said words, they said, okay, somebody said one time, a strong, harsh, disrespectful sentence or one single word to me. And it hurt me so much, really, like a sharp knife. It was one time spoken. Now I keep that knife, that words, that vision of that person, the vibrations at that time, what I felt, I stored in my feelings. And again, I think about it. And I am adding it. Why did he do this? How could he do this? I did not make any mistake. I begin to react to them. And I begin to feel the same feeling which was first time felt. Perhaps more in it added. Then I speak to my near and dear friend. Then their sympathy, external, their sympathy, at the same time, reminding me of how they had also suffered. Now their suffering I also took. Addition has taken place. I don't realize that I am taking sorrow. One knife which had cut created a wound one time. I'm using the same sharp knife. And if I used it 100 times in my thoughts, with my deep feeling of insecurity, with my heart filled with rejection and hatred and disrespect for that person, I am losing my own truth, the power, and I am taking it, making it weak. I am becoming violent to myself because other person throw the stone at one time and I am using the same stone again and again, or same knife again and again. That sharp wordings. So what I need is, I need to protect myself with love and self-respect. Truth is that anything which is harmful, I am a sensible soul and I love myself. If I am true to learn, then something has been spoken to me. My honesty will make me protect that I do not do the same thing which has caused other sorrow or caused sorrow to me. I realize, I repent, and I understand what was the reason of it. So I don't repeat the pain again because I have gained something from that insight. That is, it means I am treating myself with the balm of self-respect, or with the consciousness, let go. My self-respect is, my love is not external thing. It is the strength of myself as being a pure and peaceful soul. Truth, a fact. And where there is peace, there is patience as well. Where there is peace, there is power to become detached observer. So the situation which is there, I protect myself from the violence of others, and also this why, what, where, how. These are also very subtle weapons that open the door of, instead of solution, it brings problems. My energy is being used. I am not helping myself. In order to be my own helper and my protector, I become detached observer of myself. Where I have gone wrong, that is, I have made a mistake. By recognizing this, I am not becoming sad, but I am becoming happy that I could see the disease which is beginning in me. My value, my love is not my physical body. It is the qualities, knowledge, purity, peace, love, wisdom, truth, understanding, acceptance. These are the powers which make me non-violent, which make me silent, create strength in me. And that is what I love. Love protects you. A mother loves her child, immediately would just take the child in her arms, make her sit in her lap. In the same way, ahimsa is our real truth, the power of truth, or non-violence is the true religion, which is the might of the soul. In Hindi, it is called ahimsa paramo dharma. Non-violence is the supreme religion. It is what is my original quality. And when I saw, and this comes from the power of the truth, the power of love. And what I love, I protect my values. So somebody has attacked me, but my peace is my child. Happiness is my child. If I take it like this, I would not be allowed to be attacked by others, even if it is somebody has done something wrong, or I have done something wrong. Accepting I have done wrong, and I pay attention to reform myself, going back to my original nature or original religion, real area where I lived, where I have come from. In other words, just like violence increases, army becomes bigger and bigger, weapons become more and more sharper. For the non-violence as well, the virtues have to become more powerful. Powers also have to become more powerful. So for non-violence is to go in silence, not into why, what, where, how. Turn within, introspection. Which area the sorrow is coming to me is from my own lack of self-respect or lack of understanding or lack of accepting the situation, or my previous impressions about someone, which I want to take a revenge, or I don't forgive them and forget and forgive myself as well, protect myself, because more and more I will keep this rubbish in myself. I am hurting myself. My words then would be also non-violence, making others feel guilty, making others feel that it was your fault, not my fault. Stubbornness. So I am actually, in a very indirect way, using this violent language, because my sweetness is gone. I am not sweet anymore. I am not loving anymore. So the depth of non-violence is go into silence and how strongly and firmly means firmly I am holding on, not only just knowledge in my intellect, but knowledge is become a power. Light has become might to protect myself, support myself, protect myself in a sense that here I have these weapons which are non-violent weapons. My aim and object of life is becoming all virtuous, completely viceless, 6th Saraksha degree complete, double non-violent. People think anger is violent, but to kill my dignity or to be killed my dignity, which is my personality of purity, I do not realize that if I am being attracted, pulled by someone or attached to someone, I am losing my original power of purity. It comes in a very subtle way, desire in the form of desire. It becomes a disease. It then makes me jealous, creates hatred, competition, and many other qualities begin to come. And I am actually either violent to others or violent to myself. So purity, it is inner power of non-violence. And peace is the external way of non-violence. Love and benevolence is the external, visible thing of non-violence. All other virtues come, which is go in the category of non-violence. But purity is the real inner, real non-violence, because if that is what how it affects this kind of violence in the name of love, in the name of I am appreciating or bringing closer to me with my personal desire, pleasure, I am putting, and I am also being put in the prison of this attachment. And eventually, what happens? We think that we are really supporting each other, uplifting each other, appreciating their beauty, encouraging them, giving them support, because I love that person. But whatever, this love makes me fallen in love. Eventually you kill each other with the sword of lust. So non-violent, double non-violent is 100% pure, not only peaceful, but pure. My vision is also pure. My attitude is also pure. My vibrations are also angelic and pure. They are comforting others. They are helping others, uplifting others. So depth of non-violence in simple words and straightforward word is the power of purity. Everyone understands one type of non-violence is that wars are finishing. but inner war. And this is also this attack of Maya. We don't even realize that how our sense organs gradually become so trapped. It starts with our vision, attraction, appreciation comes then in the mouth. Then heart begins to open and the hands move towards. Gradually, it begins to come in other sense organs as well. And we call it in wrong way, we call it with wrong understanding, we call it love. But in fact, it becomes a prison. In the world, why, what is happening? So many violence took place, war took place because of this vice. And so Baba is making us soul conscious, means bodiless. Bodiless. Bodiless means that not that I don't have a body. Being in my body, I am using less the consciousness of the body, of the 5 elements, but the first element of the earth. Body is when is seen, water is not visible, air is not visible, fire is not visible, but dust is visible, earth is visible, and earth has gravity. And in this name of this gravity attraction, I don't realize that I am taking wrong direction. So Baba says, keep discipline. But when I am in body conscious, we say, why should be there a barrier of this, all this discipline? Brothers on one side, sisters on the other side. We don't realization gradually this attraction, temptation. We come out the line of code of conduct. In the name of service together, in the name of supporting each other, we create bondage for each other. In the name, I appreciate their specialities, they appreciate my specialities. So our virtues are also in a very incognito way begin to kill or block our intellect and our divinity, the inner eye. So depth of non-violence is to open the third eye, introspection, and then through that I use the first ornament, and first ornament of perfection, of perfect purity, of true Narayan, the truth, a personality of truth, the embodiment of virtues. So who are double non-violent? Shri Lakshmi, Shri Narayan. Shri Lakshmi, Shri Narayan is not the name of the body. Shri Lakshmi, Shri Narayan is the title of purity, divinity, royalty, and dignity. And purity makes you a dignified person, a perfect personality. So bodiless means that what through this external consciousness, we stay in this, respect each other, appreciate each other, appreciate yourself as well. But Swadarshan, keep the mirror in front of you. Pure vision, of course, peaceful vision, but soul conscious vision. Soul conscious vision means I am appreciating the qualities, but from where these qualities are coming from. When you spin the cycle, you do not keep the finger downward, you keep the finger upward, and then the cycle spins. So do appreciate, do respect, but don't trap yourself in it, then you lose your own qualities. Because you forget, I am also getting from him, where Baba is giving to me, also Baba is giving to the other person. So it is that you are actually creating this power of realization, but at the same time you are very loveful but detached, lotus life, clean and pure. So the symbol of purity is lotus. This is why Baba says these 4 ornaments are not of the deities. They are not of the iron-aged people. This is the purity is actually, which is the power of non-violence and silence, is of Brahmins. And in fact, I am studying this to get this degree of double non-violent through this education of Raj Yoga. So Swadarshan, I look at myself with my attitude, my vision, my vibrations, which is really keeping me detached and very powerful and very happy. But for that, I need the power of determination. Mace. So I am checking and conquering myself, not anybody else. My own ego, my own attraction, my own temptation, my own greed. Because they create violence. Vices create violence. Virtues create love and silence. Satisfaction. Vices create violence, sorrow and dissatisfaction. So then whatever is our words coming out, it is the blessings. Words are the same from the mouth, but they are not like an arrow. They are playing the music. Baba says, this bow and arrow today, Baba said, that it is the failure of the Nishan of 16, instead of becoming 16 celestial degrees pure, you become 14 degrees. 25 degree percentage energy is gone. But flute is when you are playing flute, this ordinary bamboo, when it is clean from inside, no stuff is stuffed in it. No stones, no wood. Even wood, part of it is also gone. Clean heart. Then your air is creating music. The Murli is music. And when there's something stuff is there, then we blow out like a pressure cooker. Air is also coming out. Then it's bow and arrow. Violence, symbol of violence. And knowledge, when we are speaking knowledge, it is also arrow of knowledge, but it touches the heart of others and opens the heart of others for God. So these 4 ornaments that are there, they make us double non-violent. makes us sweet, knowledgeful, detached, benevolent. The words are versions of blessings. The words are jewels of knowledge. The words are guidance for others. The words are forgiveness from the heart. And so you become deity, a divine human being with all virtuous, completely viceless. 16 celestial degrees pure means the moon is full. From crescent moon, gradually it is becoming full moon. Crescent moon means that degrees are there, but there's need to be improved again and again. The power of light, the light of love, the light of purity, the light of peace, the light of benevolence, the light of happiness. And this comes through other virtues and powers. So, depth of non-violence, go into the deep cave of introspection and silence and observe yourself. And as we observe ourselves as a detached observer, we are not taking sorrow from that. But it is just like a mechanic want to repair something, and fault is easily checked. He's happy. He's not wasting his time. The fault in the machinery is instantly noticed. A doctor is able to find out what disease I have. Automatically cure begins. So when I become a detached observer of myself, I become benevolent doctor to my own self. When my actions, my machinery is not working properly, then I become mechanic for myself. And so my energy level shifts from violence to non-violence, means love and respect and benevolence for myself. If I have happiness, only then I can give happiness. I have purity, I radiate purity. I have truth, I share the truth and give power of truth to others. Om Shanti. Now time for questions. If you
Thank you, Didi, very much. You touched everything. Please, if you have any questions, please write them on the chat. I think that all of us now, after your wisdom and your lecture, we have to think deeply. You talked about everything: introspection, purity, love, detached observer, and silence, and everything, happiness. So really we need to go deep into ourselves and check ourselves in all these things. And as you said, we need to be introspected and look at what is going on inside us and how much violence we have. I don't think there are any questions up to now. Does anyone have any questions? So Didi can answer it. I think we have to think about many things about ourselves. I don't see any questions. There is just a thank you, Didi, for explaining. There is a question in Greek here that says that you talked about the powers of Brahma, the virtues of Vishnu, And can you tell us about Sankar? What is Sankar?
Shankar is the power of tapasya, silence, renunciation. The stage, in other words, is the knowledge we, Swadarsan Chakra, we think and we speak knowledge. But when knowledge becomes yoga, it becomes power. So the mace, when it's the power of knowledge, it means knowledge, and it has become relationship with Baba in soul consciousness. And my virtues are, I am not only just becoming lotus detached, but I am also becoming a rose flower. And means the thorns are there, but I'm beyond that. My fragrance does not become less. Thorns might be still there, but I am not actually taking that way. So tapasya, yoga power does not, I mean, it makes you so powerful that you are not hurt by the weaknesses of others. The violence of others does not create violence on you, does not hurt you. Insult does not hurt you. You stay in your self-respect. Tapasya means bodiless. Shankar is not wearing clothes. Vishnuji, embodiment of all virtues. Brahma, simple. So when Brahmin begin to do tapasya and become bodiless, third eye is opened, then all these snakes which create violence, poison, cause harm. When violence is to kill someone and the vice is kill us, that our enemies become our friends. Shankar's snake around him is the yoga power. Change your violence into silence, through silence into non-violence means love. Negative energy becomes positive energy. Then your energy level, purity, just like the moon, crescent moon becoming gradually, the degree of purity increases, it becomes full moon. It becomes Puranmasi, perfect 100% degrees of purity. All three types of trident is also in his hand, a weapon. All three types of sorrow, the sorrows of the mind, sorrows of the body, means the actions, and sorrow given by others, either from my nature or the nature of other people, violence of other people, you are able to conquer it. So tapasvi makes you full in every aspect, and you become karmatit through that, through tapasya. It is yoga power. It means that you become sunflower. Your focus is always wherever the Shrimat is put in practical life. The sun moves, the flower also moves towards that. So Baba's direction, I keep the direction, Baba's direction inside, and energy comes, increase, and then again the seed is in my heart, nothing else. The sunflower has seed in his heart. Future is also my golden stage. Pure gold, non-violence means pure gold. All the alloys is mixed and removed. Perfect action, free from defect of my own and the effect of defect of others, free from that. because it is subtle. It does not have any physical consciousness anymore.
So thank you, Didi, very much. There are two questions here. Sometimes we mistake introversion with suppression. How can I recognize? It means sometimes we think that introversion is suppression. How can recognize that? Because with suppression things or pain in the heart become worse.
But why should I suppress? Because I am suppressing. Either I'm afraid what other people would speak about me, or I am afraid Baba is
introversion or suppression को हम कभी-कभी एक जैसा
yeah, so this is why when I am suppressing only when I am extroverted, because I am thinking of others. I don't want to let it go. And introspection is, as I said, I become my mechanic. I become my doctor. Then I'm able to see and happy that I could find where the sickness is, because I am detached from this that time. It is my mistake, but I am not mistake. I did mistake in which consciousness, ignorance, body consciousness, with the influence of vices, and with introspection, we begin to see with inner eye. We begin to hear with inner ear. We begin to speak to Baba with pure heart, with honesty. We begin to speak, accept what I have to correct myself. So this is difference between suppression or introspection. Introspection actually makes you open to let go. Suppression means I want to hide it or I don't want to face it.
Okay, thank you, Didi. Another question, how to help people who are not in Gyan to understand that it's important not to take on so much sadness for themselves?
It is not question of explaining. Only we have to just tell them one thing, that one aspect important is you are sad. Who made you sad? And what made you sad? Their behavior made you sad. What was missing in its virtues? And what is why make you sad? Because your virtue is also gone. So you maintain your self-respect. Come back to again from the seed. The cause is that we don't have self-awareness, we don't have self-respect, we don't respect our values, we do not value our values. Very low percentage. Even we Brahmins, we value, but we become loose about it. So in order to explain to people, it's also understanding is that you cannot just by saying that don't become sad. Explain what makes us sad. Not what made you sad, what makes us sad. And how it is possible to cure. If something has hurt, it needs healing, no? If we speak about again and again sadness, it will become more deeper. And if I want to be free, then I need to treat myself. Then they accept it is fine. If they have become addicted to take sorrow, then just give good wishes. We don't take sorrow from them, but have mercy for them.
Okay, Didi. There is a request to speak about sanskars.
Okay. difference between sanskars and nature. See, sanskar is some total effect of the action. It's called sanskars. Thought is the naturally thought of the mind. Thought comes, intellect directs, and we perform action. First, sanskar is not action. First is just action. So, the action, if I repeat again and again, either with fun or with influence or with desire, it becomes my habit. For example, a child sees, oh, my uncle, he is so powerful. He can create cloud from his mouth. He's so fascinated by the clouds coming out from uncle's mouth. So he sees how he creates cloud. He realized that he smokes. So he also get a piece of cigarette and I am also able to create smoke. So he thinks it's a fun. So he repeats again and again. This fun action becomes a habit then. Then habit becomes addiction. And then you want to let it go, but it doesn't go because it has been repeated again and again and again, deep. So it becomes some scars, some total effect of the actions you have been performing. Though the action is not visible anymore, it becomes a seed. Just like if you are hurt, you have a wound on your leg or your hand. Hand is cured, but wound is there. You say, what happened? Oh, I was fallen and I had to get an operation done. Now you are not feeling any pain, but that effect reminds you the result of the action. But another aspect is nature is, which you can temporarily, it is visible and you can change it. For example, you have the nature of getting upset, getting angry. But here you are in front of 20 people in a good gathering. You know it is wrong. You don't get angry. You keep quiet. You are very sweet. Why? Because you think, I will lose my honor, I will lose my respect. People will think I'm very angry. So in body consciousness, I changed my nature. I became very sweet. But sanskara is, it will come back in another form, one way or another. So sanskara is like a seed. Seed, it creates a tree. A tree which grows different times, bears different things. Leaves, flowers, fruit, seed. So this sanskar becomes the seed of the result of the actions, which creates future, or it is also shows what was in the past. So now we are changing our sanskaras. So that we take in the future, the golden age, our original sanskaras once again. We are becoming seed full with all virtues of vicelessness, purity, and biggest violence that we cause through our drishti, through our words, through our behavior is our ego. The depth of violence, the extreme of violence in subtle way, and the depth of non-violence is egolessness, bodilessness, becoming a seed. And so we are again taking our sanskaras of perfection, of complete purity. And with this, we are able to gradually, as the time goes, nature helps us, matter also helps us, surrounding also help us, our samskaras remain divine. As time goes, the nature changes, new souls coming with new samskaras. Company colors us, we are losing our nature, changing our samskaras.